Education is one of the most powerful tools shaping society, economies, and future generations. It helps people gain knowledge, build skills, and contribute to the world. Every country values education, but systems differ widely. Some focus on discipline and exams, while others promote creativity and critical thinking. Some encourage competition, while others support collaboration and well-being. In certain countries, students study long hours under pressure. In others, learning is more relaxed and balanced. These differences reflect culture, history, and social values. School systems also vary in structure. Most children start school around age 5 or 6, but schedules and methods differ. Some students have shorter school days with more homework, while others spend longer hours in school. Some countries follow strict national curriculums. Others give teachers flexibility in teaching methods. Early education also varies. Some focus on structured learning, others on play-based learning. Finland is known for its student-centered approach. It offers less homework, fewer exams, and shorter school hours. Teachers are highly trained and respected. The system focuses on equality, creativity, and well-being. In contrast, countries like China, South Korea, and Japan emphasize competition and exams. Students often study long hours and attend extra tutoring. In China, the Gaokao plays a major role in shaping futures. Japan also focuses on discipline, teamwork, and respect. Students clean classrooms and follow strict routines. The United States promotes creativity, flexibility, and extracurricular activities. However, it faces challenges like unequal resources across regions. European countries like Germany offer vocational training alongside academics. Students can gain practical skills through apprenticeships. In India, education is key to social mobility. Students face intense competition and challenges like overcrowded schools and inequality. Many developing countries struggle with access to education. Poverty and social barriers prevent many children, especially girls, from attending school. Teaching methods also differ. Some systems rely on memorization, while others encourage discussion and creativity. Both have strengths and weaknesses. Teachers' roles vary worldwide. In some countries, they are highly respected. In others, they face difficult conditions. Classroom environments differ too. Some are strict and quiet, while others encourage participation and debate. Technology has widened the gap between rich and poor education systems. Advanced schools use digital tools while others lack basic resources. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed these inequalities. Many students struggled with online learning due to lack of resources. This created learning gaps that may last for years. Language is another major factor, creating differences between education systems around the world culturally and historically across nations globally. Some countries teach mainly in national languages, while others emphasize bilingual or multilingual education strongly within schools today internationally. Nations with colonial histories often debate whether education should prioritize local languages or international languages like English traditionally. English became especially important globally because it dominates international business, science, technology, and higher education institutions worldwide today. Many parents encourage children to learn English because it increases career opportunities and access to global communication significantly today. Higher education systems also differ greatly regarding university admissions, tuition costs, and academic expectations internationally across modern societies globally. In certain countries, university admissions depend mainly on national entrance examinations and standardized academic performance results officially nationwide. In others, admissions also consider extracurricular activities, essays, interviews, recommendations, and personal achievements beyond academic scores carefully. University costs vary dramatically depending on government support systems and private educational structures within different nations globally today. Some countries provide affordable or nearly free university education through public funding and strong government educational investment nationally today. Countries like Germany and Norway offer heavily subsidized higher education for both local and international students within universities nationally. In contrast, students in countries with expensive private universities often graduate carrying large amounts of educational debt financially today. Student debt became a major concern, especially in countries like the United States, where higher education costs remain extremely high. The purpose of education itself also differs culturally depending on national priorities, traditions, and beliefs about success in society. Some societies primarily view education as preparation for employment, productivity, and economic contribution within national economies and industries. Others emphasize moral values, citizenship, social harmony, cultural identity, or personal growth alongside academic learning within schools nationally. Religious education also plays important roles in several countries where spiritual instruction is included within educational systems officially nationwide. Certain schools combine religious teachings with academic subjects while others maintain secular systems, separated completely from religious influence institutionally. Extracurricular activities differ greatly, too, depending on educational philosophy, school culture, and national priorities regarding student development worldwide today. American schools often emphasize sports, clubs, music, arts, and social activities strongly alongside traditional academic subjects regularly and actively. In contrast, highly competitive systems sometimes focus more heavily on examinations than extracurricular or social development opportunities for students. Mental health became an increasingly important topic within global education. Because of rising student stress and emotional pressure worldwide, high-pressure systems can create anxiety, depression, burnout, and emotional exhaustion among students struggling with academic competition constantly today. Countries like South Korea and Japan face concerns regarding severe academic pressure affecting student mental health and well-being nationally. Some education systems now include counseling services, emotional well-being programs, and mindfulness activities within schools more actively and regularly. Another fascinating difference involves how societies define intelligence, talent, and educational success among students culturally and socially worldwide today. Certain systems reward test scores and academic rankings heavily, while others value leadership, creativity, communication, or practical skills equally. This influences students deeply because children successful in one educational system may struggle within another educational culture entirely differently. Standardized testing remains one of the world's biggest educational debates regarding fairness, stress, and measuring academic ability accurately today. Supporters believe tests maintain standards and evaluate students fairly through measurable academic performance and objective educational assessment systems nationally. Critics argue excessive testing increases stress while limiting creativity, curiosity, and independent thinking within educational environments globally today significantly. Homework policies also vary greatly between countries depending on beliefs about discipline, family life, and academic expectations nationally worldwide. Some education systems assign very large amounts of homework daily, while others intentionally limit homework for student well-being and balance. Countries limiting homework often aim to protect family time, creativity, rest, and emotional health among students outside school regularly. School uniforms are common in countries such as Japan, India, and the United Kingdom for maintaining discipline and equality. Supporters believe uniforms reduce distractions and social differences while encouraging professionalism, unity, and school identity among students nationally. Critics argue uniforms reduce individuality, personal expression, and freedom for students wanting to express unique identities socially and culturally. School meal systems also differ greatly depending on national culture, government policies, and economic resources available for education today globally. Japan provides highly organized school lunch programs emphasizing nutrition, cleanliness, responsibility, and group cooperation among students daily nationwide. In some countries, school meals depend heavily on family income, local funding, or private cafeteria systems within schools nationally. Even school architecture reflects educational values and cultural beliefs about learning environments within different societies around the world today. Some schools use traditional classroom designs emphasizing authority, structure, and teacher-centered educational approaches throughout daily lessons nationally. Others create open collaborative spaces encouraging communication, creativity, teamwork, and interaction among students during learning activities regularly. Globalization is gradually influencing education systems because countries observe and adapt successful educational models from other societies worldwide increasingly. International educational rankings and comparisons create pressure for governments to reform schools and improve academic performance nationally today. Finland's educational success inspired global discussions regarding reducing academic pressure and trusting teachers more within classrooms internationally recently. Strong mathematics performance in East Asian countries influenced science and technology education reforms across many other nations globally. However, directly copying education systems rarely works perfectly because culture strongly shapes educational expectations and social behavior nationally. Methods successful in one society may not function effectively within completely different cultural or economic conditions elsewhere globally today. Artificial intelligence and digital technology may transform education even more dramatically during the coming decades worldwide and internationally. Personalized learning systems, AI tutors, virtual classrooms, and online universities are already changing traditional educational models rapidly today globally. Technology allows students to access information instantly from almost anywhere through smartphones, computers, and digital educational platforms worldwide today. Online learning became especially important during emergencies when physical schools closed because of pandemics or political instability internationally recently. However, technology alone cannot solve every educational challenge facing students, teachers, and societies throughout the modern world completely today. Human teachers still provide emotional support, motivation, mentorship, discipline, and social interaction essential for healthy educational development consistently. One important truth about global education is that no educational system is completely perfect or without weaknesses entirely today. Every country experiences both strengths and challenges depending on social values, economic conditions, and cultural expectations regarding education nationally. Highly competitive systems may produce excellent academic results while creating serious emotional pressure and mental health problems for students. Flexible systems may encourage creativity and individuality while sometimes struggling with consistency and measurable academic achievement standards nationally. Wealthy countries may provide advanced resources while still facing educational inequality between different communities and social classes nationally today. Education systems constantly evolve because societies themselves continue changing politically, technologically, economically, and culturally throughout human history consistently worldwide. Governments regularly introduce reforms attempting to improve student outcomes, teaching quality and access to educational opportunities nationally today. Debates about curriculum, testing, technology, and student well-being continue shaping educational policies around the world constantly and actively. Parents, teachers, governments, and students often disagree regarding what schools should prioritize within modern educational systems globally today. Some believe schools should focus mainly on academics, while others emphasize emotional intelligence, creativity, and practical life skills equally. Rapid technological change also forces education systems to adapt continuously for preparing students for future careers successfully worldwide today. Many traditional jobs are changing because of automation, artificial intelligence, and digital transformation across global economies increasingly rapidly today. This creates pressure for schools to teach adaptability, critical thinking, communication, and technological understanding more effectively and consistently today. Educational inequality remains one of the world's biggest challenges despite global progress in school access and literacy rates internationally today. Millions of children still lack quality education because of poverty, war, discrimination, or limited government resources worldwide currently and historically. International organizations continue promoting educational reforms and access because education strongly influences economic growth and social stability globally today. Educated populations generally experience better health care, stronger economies, and improved opportunities for future generations within societies worldwide today. Education also shapes national identity, cultural preservation, political awareness, and social values passed between generations consistently over time. Schools, therefore, play roles far beyond academics because they influence how societies think, behave, and develop collectively over generations. Different educational systems reflect different beliefs about childhood, intelligence, discipline, freedom, and the purpose of life culturally worldwide today. Some societies emphasize obedience and structure, while others encourage independence, creativity, and open discussion within educational environments actively today. These cultural differences explain why schools around the world often look and function completely differently from one another internationally today. Yet despite all differences, education everywhere shares the common purpose of preparing younger generations for future challenges successfully ahead. Whether in rural villages or advanced international universities, education remains essential for human progress and civilization globally throughout history consistently. Students everywhere dream about building better futures through learning, knowledge, and educational opportunities provided by schools and institutions worldwide. Teachers everywhere continue shaping minds, inspiring students, and influencing societies through education despite challenges and limited resources globally today. Parents around the world invest emotionally and financially in children's education, hoping for brighter futures and improved life opportunities successfully. Governments continue reforming schools because education strongly affects economic, productivity, innovation, and national development internationally and historically always. Modern societies increasingly recognize that emotional well-being and mental health are as important as academic achievement for students globally. Future education systems may become more personalized, flexible, and globally connected because of rapid technological and social changes worldwide today. However, cultural traditions and national values will likely continue shaping educational priorities within different societies globally and historically always. This balance between modernization and tradition will continue influencing how education develops around the world in future generations globally. The diversity of education systems demonstrates humanity's different approaches toward preparing children for adulthood and responsibility within society successfully. Some systems prioritize academic excellence while others emphasize happiness, creativity, moral development, or practical life preparation equally today globally. Every educational model reflects deeper beliefs about what societies consider important for successful and meaningful human lives, culturally today worldwide. Understanding these educational differences helps people appreciate the diversity of cultures, traditions, and social priorities around the world better.